The prison guard was so surprised to see Lin Tian rising from the dead, he reported it to Gu Changge and Lin Xuanhuan. Lin Tian did not expect that his body was still intact. He felt that his plan had succeeded this time. With a big smile he thought, from now on, if he pretended to lose his memory, it would not be difficult for him to deceive them. He also promised to take revenge on Gu Changge, but he was then surprised when he saw Gu Changge and Lin Xuanhuan outside the prison cell. Gu Changge smiled slightly when he saw him. Lin Tian then started the action. He pretended to lose his memory, and asked where he was now. Gu Changge knew that Lin Tian was just pretending to lose his memory. Lin Tian then asked Lin Xuanhuan about the man next to her. He claimed to have never seen him before. Seeing that, Lin Xuanhuan immediately told him to stop pretending, but Lin Tian still continued his pretense. He pretended not to understand what she meant, and asked again why he was here. Seeing Lin Xuanhuan, who was only silent and staring at him sharply, made Lin Tian feel anxious. He asked why she didn't believe him. He then reminded Lin Xuanhuan of the memories of the two of them as children. But it didn't work. Lin Xuanhuan then told him to shut his mouth. Lin Tian, who heard that, was speechless. While shedding tears, Lin Xuanhuan told him not to call her his sister. He asked who he was, and where he had Lin Tian. A sharp headache suddenly hit Lin Tian's head. He cried out loudly because of it. He cursed Lin Tian's damn body obsession. And why did it have to appear now? Seeing that Lin Xuanhuan worriedly called him. While holding his head with both hands, Lin Tian then asked her, he didn't mean to hurt her. Then why did she mean to hurt him along with that damn Gu Changge? But Lin Tian's body obsession suddenly acted up. He then immediately told Lin Tian's obsession to shut up, and don't even think that trash obsession can fight him, the God King Slayer, but it didn't seem to work. While dripping blood from his eyes, he then told them to just kill him. The system rang. Lin Tian suffered a counterattack from the original body owner's obsession, and lost control of his body. His fortune value decreased by 200. The host's fate value increased by 1000. The fortune value of the fortune chosen became 0, applying the kill drop rule. Lin Xuanhuan, who saw that, felt sad for Lin Tian. Gu Changge immediately calmed her down. He knew she couldn't do it alone, and asked, why didn't she go out first, and just let him be the villain? Lin Xuanhuan then left while still shedding tears. When only the two of them were left, Gu Changge then asked him, Lin Xuanhuan and Lin Tian were blood brothers. Did he know why she hadn't buried his body? Hearing that, Lin Tian then realized that Gu Changge knew he had faked his death. He asked Gu Changge about who he really was and what his purpose was. With a big smile, Gu Changge instead turned his question back. While releasing his aura, he then said, it's not like he himself wanted to kill him from the beginning, so why would he even ask that question now? Looking at the aura released by Gu Changge, Lin Tian realized that it was a demonic aura. He was confused why Gu Changge could use it. While pointing to his forehead, Gu Changge then said that dead people don't need to know. After that, only Lin Tian's screams could be heard from behind the prison. After absorbing it, he realized that what took over Lin Tian's body was the remnant soul of the Divine King Realm Master, and as expected, it was not bad. It had also strengthened his primordial spirit significantly. He also realized that a demonic technique as powerful as his must not be accepted in this world. He had to be careful so that no one would know. The system rang. He had killed a fortune chosen for the first time, as the fortune value of the fortune chosen had been exhausted. The kill drop rule was applied. The system was calculating his reward. Shortly after, the system rang again. Congratulations for receiving additional rewards from the heavens. His fortune value increased by 150, and his fate value increased by 500. He also obtained a first kill chest from the system. The fortune value exchange system had been opened. His fortune value could now be exchanged into fate value. Gu Changge then realized, since a long time ago, there was an old saying to burn your fortune in exchange for surviving across realms. With this kind of exchange system, making him indirectly get another trick up his sleeve. He then decided to open the first kill chest. Gu Changge obtained 3 fortune plundering talismans, 1/3 of the broken world seed pieces, and system reward crit talisman. After opening the chest, he was a little confused about the use of the new items he got. He then opened the description of the items. When using the fortune plundering talisman, he could plunder the fortune value of the fortune chosen, but there is a possibility of failure depending on the condition of the fortune chosen. If the plundering is successful, then the fortune value of the fortune chosen will run out, and he will get the corresponding fortune value, while the system reward crit talisman can be used to randomly bring up critical hits when the system is calculating rewards. The original reward can be multiplied by 0.1, 10, or even up to 100 times. Gu Changge finally realized the usefulness of the items. He could use the crit talisman when he killed Yi Chen. As for the fortune plundering talisman, He felt that the item was very amazing because it could directly take fortune value. He felt that this item must be very rare. After checking it in the shop system, he found out that the price was 10,000 fate value. It meant that he had to at least get 2,000 fortune value so that he could profit. This was the same as the system saying that in the future the fortune chosen he would face had a large amount of fortune value. He chuckled. He felt that he had cheated, because he obtained this information in advance, and when he opened the additional reward from the heavens, he obtained the fortune's chosen aura band, and after converting he obtained the fated villain's aura band. He also obtained the supreme heart. The fated villain aura band made him obtain the fated villain effect. The difference in his fortune value with the fortune chosen would be ignored. Gu Changge thought, ignoring the difference in fate value would make it easier when facing other fortune chosen, but he would lose the chance to increase his fate value if he killed the fortune chosen right away. In the future he would have to weigh the pros and cons before making a decision. The Supreme Heart contained thousands of years of cultivation from someone in the Supreme Realm. He decided to merge it now. During the merging process, an orange-colored light enveloped the Supreme Heart. He also used his fate value to increase the Taoist Immortal Code. But the Taoist Immortal Code level only increased by 1, after he spent 3,000 fate value, and his cultivation was also still in the Sacred Emperor realm. If he wants to break through the Sacred Emperor realm, he thinks he must spend at least 5,000 fate value or more. He feels he must quickly get the fate value of the fortune chosen. The 8 desolate demon halberd will soon appear. When the time comes he decides to finish off Yi Chen, because he is no longer useful to him. He also has to make preparations to the upper realm. After he got out of the prison, he was greeted by Lin Tian and the prison guards. He immediately approached Lin Tian and wiped away the tears dripping from her eyes. He tried to calm her down. Now that Lin Tian's affairs have been handled, he has also removed the remaining soul that possessed Lin Tian. He told her to bury him properly, because his body is still intact. He can still enter the state of reincarnation once again. Lin Xuanhuan immediately thanked him for that. In the ancient city of Chongyue, 3 days before the Taoist assembly began, there were some people chatting. They didn't expect to hear that the Jialu sacred ground was destroyed like that. They asked who the young master from the upper realm was, but no one knew. They were the residents of the ancient sacred mountains who had long isolated themselves from the outside world. It was natural that they didn't know about the outside world. A young lady with white hair then came over and said to them, no matter where he came from, she promised to make him suffer the consequences for his treatment of her brother Yi Chen. They then immediately replied, since he dared to bully Lady Liuli, then they would not let him live. They asked her not to worry, even if he was a person from the upper realm. He was no match for those from the ancient sacred mountains. At most he was just a foolish youth from the upper realm who was helped because he had a great servant. Liuli then asked a woman named Aunt Su if she had heard the news about Yi Chen. Auntie Su said that she hadn't detected his spiritual energy since the incident in Zhangzhou. Liuli was immediately worried, feeling that Yi Chen might be in distress right now. Auntie Su then told her, if she was destined to be a phoenix soaring to the 9 heavens, eventually, she would return to the upper realm. She thought Yi Chen wouldn't even be able to reach the pseudo-god realm. She actually wanted to advise Liuli to break up with him, but Liuli immediately felt unhappy when she heard that. She knew that they all underestimated Yi Chen, but she was confident that he would become a great person, just like he said back then, don't bully the poor. Aunt Su said, even so, based on Yi Chen's talent, what will he achieve, even if he is given 30,000 years? There are some people who are born with a destiny that can never be achieved by others no matter how hard they struggle. Liuli then immediately told her to stop talking. She said she wanted to meet the young master who was said to be from the upper realm. If things got out of hand, she wanted Auntie Su to take care of his old servant whose cultivation realm had reached the pseudo-god realm. Auntie Su could only resign herself to hearing that. She then asked her not to worry. She would not let anyone hurt her. While Gu Changge was currently assessing the pills made by Lin Xuanhuan, he praised her for having an extraordinary talent in alchemy. Her development has come so far, even though it has only been a few days. Lin Xuanhuan tried to be humble and said that it was all thanks to the alchemy manual he was given. A thunderbolt suddenly boomed above the sky which surprised them. The Lin family members then came out and asked who dared to infiltrate the Lin family area. While laughing they then introduced themselves from the ancient holy mountains, and told the Lin family members to kneel down. The head of the Lin family was surprised to hear that they were from the sacred mountains, and asked them what they came here for. Liuli told him to tell Gu Changge that Yi Chen's cousin wanted to see him. The head of the Lin family then said, since they wanted to see young Master Gu, he asked them to wait for a while and would let him know soon. A man who looked like a demon then came up to him. How dare such weak people talk like that? Don't they know the consequences of making Lady Liuli angry? While pointing to his forehead he then continued, Do they think a trashy family like them still deserves to be in the Azure Realm? Head of the Lin family could only be silent and broke out in a cold sweat when he heard that. But the man was then shocked when he saw a giant finger that appeared from the sky and immediately hit him. They were all shocked by the power of the giant finger. Liu Li was very surprised when she saw the man disappeared after being hit. The head of the Lin family confusedly called Gu Changge. Gu Changge then told them to let them go inside. Seeing the young man who had been eliminated by Gu Changge, an old man was still trying to call him. They were shocked, even though he was the young lord of the ancient sacred mountains. How could he be killed like that? From the attack earlier, they could faintly feel the power of the person who came from the sacred sovereign realm. They wondered where the attack came from. Liu Li then invited them to enter. Aunt Su, who had been watching, then thought, since entering the Lin family residence, his movements seemed to be suppressed by a strong aura. Although her cultivation was in the heavenly god realm, he could use his aura to suppress her as well as prevent her from tracking his position easily. She was afraid that this Lin family ancestor was already in the divine king realm, and that faint presence of the sacred sovereign realm. She guessed that it must have come from that young master. A person with this much strength, protected by a servant of the divine king realm. She then realized something, and guessed whether he was from that family. When his surname was Gu, if it was true, she must not let Liu Li face someone of his caliber. On the other hand, it was even better if they could use this opportunity to approach the young master. Liu Li was surprised when Aunt Su suddenly appeared. Aunt Su asked her not to worry and said that she was sure this matter was just a misunderstanding. Old Ming, who had been watching her, was confused when she suddenly showed her good faith. Gu Changge then thought about the person who appeared. He was Yi Chen's cousin, came from an ancient bloodline, was assigned to the lower realm, and had a deep bond with him. He felt that this was just another common trope. Su Qingji then asked him, was he planning to kill them? Gu Changge again asked, did he look like a person who likes to kill for no reason? He then invited the two of them to meet them. Seeing Gu Changji's arrival, he was then greeted by the Lin family members. Aunt Su felt that Gu Changge did look like an authoritative young man from the upper realms. Liu Li then asked him if he was Gu Changge. Gu Changge again asked if she was Yi Chen's cousin. Looking at Liu Li's fortune value of 800, he thought that if Yi Chen's luck with a woman was okay, he could have a woman with that much fortune value. Aunt Su then greeted him. She introduced Liu Li as their lady, and she herself was the one responsible for protecting Liu Li in the lower realm. Liu Li and her servant might have offended him. She hoped Gu Changge could forgive her. Liu Li was a little surprised when she saw Auntie Su's attitude and told her that she had gone too far. Auntie Su anxiously tells her that it must be a misunderstanding, and suggests that why don't they negotiate everything first. It's not good to have a conflict between them. Gu Changge says that Auntie Su is too polite, and asks what they are here for. But before that, Auntie Su asks him if he is from the great Gu family. She says that Liu Li is from the ancient celestial clan's Yi family. The two families are old acquaintances. They were surprised to find out that Gu Changge was from the great Gu family. They didn't expect to have made an enemy of that caliber. Liu Li could only remain silent at this time. Gu Changge then realized it was appropriate that Liu Li fearlessly barged straight here. So she was from the ancient celestial clan, he said. Although in the past his father did not have much contact with the Yi family, it seemed that they already knew about his family. Aunt Su was surprised when she heard Gu Changge's words, and wondered if he was the only heir of the Gu family. She then realized about the bright future of Gu Changge. They didn't expect that Gu Changge really came from the great Gu family, and the old servant is currently feeling very despondent after knowing this. He feels that his young lord has died in vain. They then immediately kowtowed, apologizing to him for being impolite. They deeply regretted their negligence for not realizing who he was. Liu Li was very confused by this situation, and Su then said to her that this matter must be a mere misunderstanding, and advised her to apologize to Gu Changge. She felt that a person of Gu Changge's caliber could not possibly take care of someone as weak as Yi Chen. Liu Li was very upset when she heard that, then said that she would never apologize to him. Because of him, Yi Chen became like that, always hiding and becoming a laughingstock of people. Gu Changge thinks that this girl is quite loyal to Yi Chen. She is not afraid even when faced with this much pressure, but he feels that she is just a naive girl. Since she is close to Yi Chen, he thinks of finishing her off little by little. Gu Changge then asks once again the purpose of them coming here, even if they are from the ancient celestial clan, if they don't want to explain it. While releasing his aura, Gu Changge says that he will finish them all. Aunt Su immediately begged him to control his anger, and their lady may have defied him, but she begged him to spare them. But Gu Changge felt a little annoyed when he saw Liu Li, who still wouldn't talk. He then told Old Ming to kill one person here every 10 breaths. If anyone refused, then wipe out their entire clan. Hearing that, they immediately asked him for mercy. They also asked Liu Li to save them. The fate of their entire clan was now in her hands. Seeing that Liu Li then cursed Gu Changge as heartless, but Gu Changge didn't care at all. Aunt Su anxiously said to her, why didn't she understand too? If someone of young master's caliber wants to kill Yi Chen, then there is no way he is still alive today. Liu Li is the lady of the ancient celestial clan. If she relents a little, she is sure young master will tolerate it. But Liu Li said that it is impossible for someone like him to be a good person. After 10 breaths passed, Gu Changge then told Old Ming to kill one of them. A purple light suddenly appeared from Old Ming's finger. The light then turned into a laser that pierced the body of one of them. Liu Li was incredulous when she saw this. They then once again asked Liu Li to save them. They came here because of her, so she couldn't just ignore them. While hugging her legs, they asked her to relent a little in order to save them from death. Their lives depended on her words. Did she want to sacrifice everyone just for Yi Chen? Gu Changge smiled slightly when he saw this. Liu Li then immediately told them to stop talking. She then admitted her mistake to Gu Changge, and apologized to him. She hoped he could understand her. Gu Changge said that she didn't need to apologize, because he wasn't a bad person, so he wouldn't take it to heart. Aunt Su was finally relieved. Finally they had resolved this misunderstanding. She had guessed that young master was a generous person. They could only laugh when they heard that, and immediately bowed to thank him for forgiving them. Gu Changge said not to thank him, because it was their lady who saved them, so thank her. Liu Li was annoyed by Gu Changge's words, so she told him that she came here because she wanted to ask him about something. She wanted to ask for an explanation. Gu Changge pretended to be confused, because he didn't think he had ever hurt her. Liu Li said that the matter was related to his brother Yi Chen, but Gu Changge said that he didn't remember doing anything to him, and asked if she hadn't mistaken, or was she accusing him of doing something to Yi Chen. For him destroying an insect was very easy. Liu Li was very surprised and felt incredulous when she heard that, and after she thought about it, it was not difficult for Gu Changge to kill Yi Chen. But why did Yi Chen still survive? She wondered if Yi Chen had done something wrong. While looking at Su Qingji, she then thought, she also heard from rumors. Was it because of that woman? After she looked again, Su Qingji had an ideal body and a charming face. It was not strange that men were crazy about her, but Liu Li immediately pushed those bad thoughts out of her mind. She felt Yi Chen was an honest man. He would never do such a despicable thing. Gu Changge just chuckled when he saw Liu Li's thought struggle. He didn't kill Yi Chen because he could still be useful to him. She would never know the reason, even if she used all the cells in her brain. Liu Li then asked again, if he didn't intend to kill Yi Chen, then why did he destroy the Jialu sacred land, which was related to him? Gu Changge felt Liu Li's question was very funny. He asked, did she come here to blame him? Did she think he needed permission? With a sharp look at her he continued, to destroy a weak insect. Liu Li was a little surprised by the pressure released by Gu Changge. She immediately said that it was not what she meant. She thought that Gu Changge had a point. With his strength, destroying the Jialuo sacred land was very easy, because they were just weak insects. There was no need to have a reason for him to do it. Just like if he wanted to kill Yi Chen, if he wanted to, Yi Chen would have died by now. The system rang. Liu Li's faith in Yi Chen wavered. Yi Chen's fortune value decreased by 100. And the host's fate value increased by 500. Gu Changge was happy, because he felt that he had successfully planted a thorn in her heart. From here everything would be easier. Because there was nothing else, Gu Changge then invited them all to leave. Hearing that, Liu Li then invited Aunt Su to leave here, but Aunt Su then said to Gu Changge, she thought the two of them needed to talk once again, because they both came from the upper realm. Being able to meet in the lower realm was a coincidence. But Gu Changge said that it was not necessary. He was not interested in a brat like her. Liu Li was very upset when she heard his words. Gu Changge smiled broadly because he felt that everything was in his control. While opening the system window, Gu Changge thought, now that Liu Li has left the mountains, she will definitely use this opportunity to meet with Yi Chen. The secret realm will open soon. As long as Yi Chen is not an idiot, he will definitely go to meet Liu Li. Based on his previous movements he can easily determine the location where Yi Chen will appear next. When the time comes he will immediately move. In the center of the sky frontier, under a towering cliff, there is a purple portal. There is also Yi Chen and his master. Yi Chen was very happy. It seemed that the map was correct. The entrance to the secret ancient Tianyuan realm was indeed here. He promised. When he managed to get the artifact in the ancient origin realm, he would definitely pay for the shameful deeds that Gu Changge did to him. And also Su Qingji. The master was a little worried, and wondered if it had to be like this. Yi Chen then said to his master. He said that Gu Changge came to the lower realm with his servant who could destroy the Jialu sacred land easily. Could it be that their purpose was to find the secret realm in this sky frontier center? The master felt that his words had some truth too. Other than this ancient secret realm, she felt that nothing could attract his attention. Yi Chen felt that when this secret realm was activated, Gu Changge would definitely come to this place soon, and within this realm there were many power restrictions. So his old servant would definitely be weakened here. After he received the inheritance, he would wait for him in the central region. After that he would use the key to manipulate the secret traps and arrays to eliminate him. Yi Chen then asked his master's opinion, whether she thought he could finally take his revenge, although the master felt that it seemed like a perfect plan. But what if Gu Changge had another map, or even another way to enter the central region? But Yi Chen felt that his master's words really didn't make sense. He was confused why his master even believed in Gu Changge, but not him. He became suspicious of his master since she received the pill from Gu Changge. The master then said to him that his cousin also had a strong servant guarding her. She advised Yi Chen it was better not to meet them until he reached the pseudo-god realm. Yi Chen told her not to worry. Yi Chen did not believe that his master was worried about him. He even suspected that his master was afraid that he was cooperate with Liu Li to face Gu Changge. He was curious about his master's expression when she saw Gu Changge die in his hands. He then invited his master to go inside. And when they went inside, a light suddenly radiated from the secret realm. The phenomenon shocked the cultivators who were near the location. They realized that there was a secret realm appeared, and based on this aura, they knew that this secret realm was left by a supreme. They felt that this kind of opportunity should not be wasted. When they were about to enter the secret realm, one of the men said that he heard that the strong master sacrificed his life to seal the cruel demon. He was curious what treasures were in this secret realm. And when they went inside, they were surprised to find out that their cultivation was restricted. Gu Changge had now arrived near the location of the secret realm. Old Ming suspected that this secret realm restricted cultivation to the great transcendent realm, starting from the inheritance of a supreme master, and restricting the cultivation realm of the person who entered it. Gu Changge felt that this secret realm was made especially for Yi Chen. If he was not mistaken, Yi Chen's cultivation should be around the great transcendent realm. Now was the time to reap what he planted. Gu Changge then invited them to head there. The cultivators there were surprised by the arrival of Gu Changge and his entourage. They did not dare to obstruct him when they saw Gu Changge heading towards the secret realm. Gu Changge then told his entourage to suppress their cultivation and enter the secret realm. In a very beautiful plain, there was Yi Chen who had just hunted a monster. Someone suddenly called him from behind him. He was happy when he saw Liu Li and her entourage finally came. Yi Chen blushed a little when he looked at Liu Li. In just 3 years, Liu Li had grown into a more beautiful girl than Su Qingji, but Aunt Su then told him to keep his eyes. How trash like him deserved to be with their lady. Yi Chen was certainly very upset by her words, and said that his future could not be predicted. Her words really offended him. But Aunt Su again belittled him. Someone who had never even seen a true dragon from the 9 heavens. She felt that only someone like Gu Changge deserved to be with Liu Li. Liu Li then immediately told Aunt Su to stop her rubbish. Aunt Su said that she was just telling the truth. If it weren't for Yi Chen, she would have been able to have a good relationship with Gu Changge. Liu Li then told her not to say the name of that bastard again. Yi Chen was a little surprised and asked her if maybe she and Gu Changge had, but Liu Li didn't understand what he meant. While holding her hand, Yi Chen then asked her, why did she call Gu Changge a bastard? Just what really happened between the two of them? Was he taking advantage of her? Liu Li said, it's not like that. They just discovered the fact that Gu Changge is from the great Gu family of the upper realm, which is a stronger background than her. She advised Yi Chen that if he wants to fight him, he should be careful. Yi Chen told her not to worry. So what if he is from the great Gu family? He proudly said that no one can match him in this secret realm. The master finally knew that Gu Changge was from the great Gu family. With his status, when Yi Chen provoked him, there was no way he would let Yi Chen live. She wondered, could all this be because he was trying to win her over? When Gu Changge and his entourage just entered the secret realm, one of the men was surprised by the abundant spiritual energy content, and wondered if this was indeed an artificial realm. But old Ming immediately reprimanded the man. He had already ordered them not to let their guard down. Did they not listen to him? He then ordered them to use their divine sense to check the surrounding area. This journey is very important for the young master. They must be careful, and not make the slightest mistake. But Gu Changge told him not to worry, because he had already found the best route for them. Gu Changge could see the traces left by the pills. It hasn't been long since the secret realm opened, so Yi Chen probably still hasn't reached the central region. He thought that Yi Chen should be a good hunting dog for him.